Media. I'm Miss D. Cordon with D. Cordon Fashion. I'm a fashion designer. I have been for about 6 years. And yeah, so I'm excited to be here and see what Mr. Bailey has to tell everyone and what he's got going on. He's been keeping it such a top secret. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy everything that he has going on tonight. I know it's going to be a lot of excitement, comedians and singers and fashion shows. So I'm excited to see the fashion show and the comedians. So you guys just sit back and relax and enjoy.
Baby, let's go away from here. Don't confuse me. Away is clear. And if you want it together forever, this is not one night stand.
you know, all I can say is it's been a long journey, to get to this point where we can actually be in, a fine establishment like this with fine, history makers, making it now, making it later. This moment is just historical, but just know, for about 11 years, we've been working on the biggest dream of our lives. It's the biggest dream for prosperity and humanity. And it actually started in the house, not like this one. It's a nice one, but not like this one. But God bless us with our home, and right then and there is, what we decided is to have a housewarming event, and we just wanted to do a networking event. This is over almost 12 years ago. Nothing was planned. I retired from humanitarian work, because we couldn't wait to get out of high school to get away from my mom, because she just put us to work. Basically just going in and just, building homes for the homeless, changing toilets. We were maintenance guys. We just did whatever it took, to create more opportunities for others. That's me. I tell my brother right here, Khalil, that's my family, but I tell him all the time, he's a money man. But I said, it's not about the money, it's about the moments and the movement. And my mother was always committed to the movement of helping others, service to others. And during this housewarming event, 12 years ago, in November of 2002, God just blessed me with an amazing vision. And we've been on that path for about 12 years. And what that vision has been is that if we can create one system, just one, like we probably have about 30 systems at least in this building right here. But if we can just create one system where everyone's dreams are included in that same system, meaning everyone's dreams, products, services, ideas, visions, cities, states, countries. Basically, if there was one systematic software where everyone's dreams were included in this system, where there's mutually beneficial benefits for everyone that touch it, meaning it has adopted your visions, your missions, your goals, your desires, and it created an opportunity for an entire world that you don't have access to just bless you. How many people walk out this house and where somebody just gonna show up and just say, well, let me just figure out how to bless you today? Well, my mom came up with a simple concept almost 4 decades ago. And the simple concept was one thing. If you invest in people first, meaning not like 99% of the world where they say, look, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do, how much money, whatever, I want some money. Give me some money right now. Well, you don't know, you you can't even make money like that. Because no matter how much money you have, even if it's millions, even if it's billions, if you knew the leverage, how to leverage people and service and benefit people, then you can quadruple your earnings. So her simple concept was this. If you invest in people first, it creates two actions. Either an action to where if I benefited you, you want some more of them benefits, right? You want some more benefits. So either you're going to basically just make a step to the table and say, I want to benefit you back for benefiting me, or you're going to want me to tell you how to keep benefiting you.
I remember when we explain what his vision was. That's why I am bringing up our next guest. She can tell us all about the vision and how it started and how we can continue to support it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can put your hands together, introducing Miss Mary Bell Miller. Mary Bell.
Hi everybody, my name is Maribel Martin, and I'm so happy that all of you guys are here tonight and came to support this amazing movement that babies getting out is blind, trying to get it out there. I'm gonna tell you really quick, so I got 2 minutes. Can't believe they gave me 2 minutes on, but anyways. I met Joseph selling cars. Unbelievable. I went to Wyatt County, there he is, and I went for a test drive, and there's Joseph sitting next to me, and I don't need to don't get along, just don't like them. And he starts talking to me, right after he starts talking to me, I look at him and I said, let me ask you a question, why are you selling cars? And he goes, well, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean? And I go, you sound like too good to be selling cars, you need to get out of this, this is not for you. So therefore, he starts talking about the movement, what he's doing, and his passion that he has on him, and all that he has going on, and all the plans that he has. And I thought, wow, I've never seen a guy on stage with such a passion for a dream, for any dreams that you have. And I thought, I gotta kind of support this guy. So we've been talking ever since how we want to make this work. And I want to tell you, I'm the first subject. I don't know, but we have some Spanish some here anyways. But we are planning to make this international so everybody knows, and we're going to go for it. And he's ready to fly, and so with all of you guys. And I'm so thankful that all of you guys are here and supporting him.
All the MASH, all the movement is just hope. It's just creating hope and opportunities. So during this housewarming event, we brought in all kind of corporate individuals. And then from bringing in corporate individuals a week before the actual event, we brought in the underserved, people who's trying to get off drugs, single moms, just regular folks that we always been committed to creating more hope and opportunities for. Right then and there, the hope was high. Opportunities presented itself. Then 10 people left our home with new careers, y'all. Right then and there, what happened was it sparked the vision. That if we can create this one system where everyone's dreams are included through mutually beneficial opportunities, yet from a foundation of service, y'all, service first, meaning we don't even want to make money unless we can serve, unless we can provide, unless we can make a difference. So we can create this system that creates mutually beneficial opportunities from a foundation of service. Our revelation told us that not only can we create a system that produces more wealthy people than any other system known to man, yet we can make a global difference.
It must be love.
So for the last 12 years, we've been going city to city, state to state. You don't know me, but I love you. You don't know me, but I want to benefit you. You don't know me, but tell me how to bless you. And it has created a movement of people all across this United States into 8 countries. We just got a call the other day. We said, man, we got Canada. Like they work, and it's a bunch of hungry people that's out there because they're being fed. They are hopeful. They want to see a difference. They understand that the system that we're currently in, 90% of the population is controlled by 10%. And some people say, 99% is controlled by 1% of the population. So they're wondering why people fighting, people stealing, people robbing, because you give us pennies to play with. So you created this society. And now we're not even the top society anymore. So what I'm getting at, all I'm just basically wanting to say is 2 things. Number 1 is thank you guys for your time. Just thank you for just coming out and just being a part of this spirit, this atmosphere. Just please stay connected. We got information in here. We're here in Atlanta now. We're not going anywhere at all. So we just thank you guys. Just everyone, we appreciate you guys. And just consistently, I know that we have a major movement that's going on that's leading up to this International Humanitarian Awards Show. And at this platform in 2015, it's going to benefit a chain of hope centers as the continuing solution to economic challenges. And right then and there, that's the perfect platform to say, hey, look, on an international scale, tell us how we can use our time, our trust, our talent, that's one right there, that's you, heck of a talent, girl. And even our treasure, our money. How can we use our time is very important to us. Our trust is built on heavenly principles of service first. How can we use our talent and our treasure to be of service to you? Once you tell us how to benefit you, in 48 hours, our system will basically give you a mutually beneficial opportunity to live right at that highest level of that dream. And we're going to bring a whole platform of people to the table that's just ready to do absolutely anything the system says. Because everybody that comes to the table, there's consistent benefits. And we have this platform that's set up just to consistently bless you. That's what I want everybody to consider. I want you to know one thing about this movement and this system. We create a mutually beneficial system, a mutually beneficial opportunity to just live there. So all I'm saying is consistently just learn more about what's going on. We here in Atlanta, and a guy like me from South Carolina, from St. Stephen, this right here, Atlanta, this is the heaven for me. This is heaven. I'm about to get a crib out here, it's like, hey, y'all ready? Like, let me just tell you this, and I'm gonna finish because I'm done. I really didn't have anything to say other than just thank you guys. But we've been traveling the country. And we're still on the road right now. We went to 24 states, and we're doing halftime. Okay? And then now we're moving forward to the next, 20, 25, 26 states. And when we showed up to Atlanta, immediately, everybody in Atlanta said, man, let's go do this right now. I said, hold on. What do you mean, do what? Yeah, let's just do that. Hold on, wait, what you mean do that? You ready to go right now? Okay. So, my boy Kyle, where is he at? He's somewhere in the building right here. Well, he had the first mansion. That's the first event we went to. Next thing you know, he connected us with this great man that's here. It's the VP of this, Paycation, this major corporation. Now they brought in these guys. Now we bringing in the, beautiful models and, everybody's just coming to the table for one cause. And that one cause is to bring all of our resources together, all of our relationships, all of our passions, all of our desires to one platform, just to bless everyone. Just to bless. That's it. How many people would want to get paid to be nice? What if you can get paid to be nice? What if you can get paid to benefit other people? well, what if you can get paid to say, well, you know what, they got something going on over there that feel good. I'm just going to show up and say, they all right, and get paid to do that. Okay? That's what my mom created over 4 decades ago. And what my mom said this, and I think, I don't even know if Miss Cheyenne is still in the building, But I just love her so much. She reminds me of my mom. And what my mom did, as my mom said, on a daily basis when we came in, she said, you are not here for yourself. She said, you are here for other people. We're like, what do you mean? You say, I mean, I want to live my life. I want to do what I want to do. No. You're not living for yourself. God didn't create you for yourself. He created you to bless other people. Your service. Because you know what? They said, the shoulders. If you're standing on the shoulders of others, you have a reciprocal responsibility to live your life so that others may stand on your shoulders. You have a reciprocal responsibility. So what my mom did is she benefited so many people across the country. Across the county. She benefited so many people to where she became the #1 influence in our county of service. And she realized that everyone was coming to her asking her who to buy a car from, who to buy a house from, who to do taxes through. And then my mom realized that, hold on, people's talking about money. They need to talk about people. Because all the people with money is coming to her because she had the people. And she's feeding the people. So if you're selling something and she's selling something, then chances are the people are going to buy from her. So she became the retailer and service provider for this major network of people. And right then and there, she was making money from cars, housing, clothes, food, jewelry, taxes. She didn't know how to do it. She brought somebody in and we built a home for her to work through, homes, whatever the case is. She just made a commitment to service and benefit. And what that did, you guys, she served and benefited so many people until one thing happened. She realized that we have a major position to be able to serve and benefit everyone that came to the table. So she began to start creating mutually beneficial opportunities with all the people that she was already serving. Like right now, if anybody's mad at this night right here, that we just paid for, just for you guys to come on out and let's have a good time, let's find out how we can make more money and benefit service, and then something is wrong. We here on a good note. So if we can't talk and do business on a good note, then something's wrong. Especially if it's right, and I got where's Melinda? Melinda, where you at, Melinda? Come here, Melinda, come on in here, come on real quick. Because this young lady be passing the ball to right here, so she doing a lot of business for us right here. Come on, there you go, she's in the back, come on up here, come on, just come on, that's it, come on. Chill out, man, chill out. This young lady right here, I don't know how many of you guys know her, but she's, just awesome. She has a big firm, entertainment firm, and she just basically had just, grabbed a hold of us, and now she's about to be running, all of our events, city to city, state to state, and she's so ready. She's gonna release me to go get the money, get some more relationships. Most definitely, that's exactly what I needed. I've been running for 12 years, y'all. So, I just want y'all to see the face that we're moving through Atlanta, and she's moving all that business forward. So, all I'm getting at is thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. But just know one thing. That if there's a will, there's a way. And what my mom always used to say is there's a lot of power in this room. A lot of power. There's absolutely nothing that we can't do. Nothing. You can't create a dream right now that we can't do. The only thing we have, global solutions to global challenges with global billion-dollar benefits on the way to trillions in 5 to 10 years, on the path of opening up a chain of hope centers as a continuing solution to economic challenges while we offer opportunities to just bless people with the benefits we have gained. That's the movement. So we're on the path and we're leading up to this International Humanitarian Award Show that's going to benefit this the first of a chain of these hope centers as a continuing solution to economic challenges. And from that platform, we're just going to basically say, how can we bless you? How can we benefit you? And in 48 hours, we will return that opportunity with some paperwork and a whole movement of people that's ready to get down with whatever we agree to. That's what we bring to the table. That's what we bring into Atlanta. And we're so thankful for everybody that came to the table. And all I'm saying is just keep hope alive. Because help is on the way. It's on the way. Thank you guys. Thank you.
I mean, so many people here can't even see through the crowd. I'd just like to thank y'all for having me out here tonight. Now, this song is dedicated to all the grown and sexy people in the house. Y'all know what this is, right? Yeah, I don't know. Y'all too young. We're gonna keep it going so y'all can realize what it is. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint. Don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go? I see it clear, my heart is here. We got each other's sacred
story to tell. As a matter of fact, she's an author. She has a book. It's called Girlhood Memories of the Civil Rights Days. And when I tell you that, just having a 3-minute conversation with her downstairs, Miss Cyan Webb Christburg is very inspirational. Not only is she inspirational, honestly, she is the only person that I know that has a selfie with Dr. Martin Luther King. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the amazing Miss Cyan Webb Christburg.
Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to share on such a special occasion. I've had the chance to travel across this country and speak to various organizations, churches, corporates, but this is very special to me because it brings it back to home for me. It's ironic that today is my mother's birthday. 5 years ago, my mother passed, but she has left a legacy, a great legacy with me. And when I looked at the history of what Elizabeth Bailey has done and who she is and what she continues to do as a great humanitarian, it reminds me over and over again about my mother. When I was growing up in Selma, Alabama, from a poor family, it was rough. Growing up in the midst of inequality, injustices, racial discrimination, violence, tears, and even death of people who were just fighting for their inalienable rights. I came from the projects, George Washington Carver Projects, which is located in Selma, Alabama, the home of the Selma Civil Rights Movement, where I was grateful as an 8-year-old child to have met the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who had a profound impact on my life. But growing up in Selma, from that poor family of 8, I'm often reminded of how my parents brought me up as a child. I can remember my mother being that humanitarian as Elizabeth Bailey is today. She would take people in their homes, in our homes rather. You know, I was a disobedient child. It wasn't ordinary for a child to participate in the Selma Civil Rights Movement during that time, never less an adult. That wasn't ordinary. I was a very disobedient child. I can remember the first day that I met Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. My best friend Rachel and I was playing in front of the now historic Browns Chapel AME Church, which is right adjacent to George Washington Carver Homes, where we live. And that's the place where we used to play as little girls. And I remember vividly this special day that these beautiful cars had driven up in front of the church. And automatically it really gravitated our attention as little girls because we hadn't seen much of this. And then there were about 10 cars that had pulled up and parked right in front of the church. And all of a sudden, Rachel and I saw ourselves getting closer to those cars, and there were some men who were getting out of the first 2 cars, and one of the men who had a black jacket or a coat, a nice dress coat. And then there were 3 other men who got out of the same car. I'll never forget this. And one of the men with them had on a nice white starchy shirt with a black tie. He was just, we would call it today, clean cut. And then the man who had the black jacket, as his entourage had started getting out of their cars, he said to us as little girls, he said, do you girls know who this man is? And we looked at that man not knowing who any of them were. He said, this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we looked up and automatically we knew that this man was special because of the way they were surrounded by him. And he started putting the sports coat on Dr. King, and Dr. King immediately started talking to us little girls. He started asking us those questions that adults usually ask little girls. He started asking us our names. And then he started asking us where do we live, and we got our little fingers and we pointed in the direction that we live. And then he asked us what grade we were, what school, those little childish questions. And then we had begun to follow Dr. Martin Luther King and his entourage as they were about to meet at the historic Browns Chapel Church on this day. And Dr. King said to us as children, he said that there's a movement that's about to happen here in Selma. We didn't know anything about a movement, but as that little girl, I could vividly remember that it was a change about to come. So we went to the back of the church as they were about to begin their meeting, and as soon as they got to the rear of the door to walk into the church for that meeting, the same man that put Dr. King's dress coat on him, he turned around and said to us, he said, you little girls can go on and play now because we're about to have a meeting. Dr. King suddenly said to him, he said, no, let them stay. They can come on in. And we grabbed Dr. King by, Rachel had one side of his dress coat and I had the other. And we followed Dr. King into the church on this particular day. And when Dr. King got into the church, he got 2 little chairs. We went into the little fellowship hall there. And Dr. King got 2 little chairs. And he set those chairs over in a corner. And then he went and got a big chair for himself and he set it right in front of us. And the question that Dr. King asked us before that meeting was to start, Sherry, was, he said, what do you girls want? And Rachel and I looked at each other not knowing how to respond to that question. He said, when I ask you girls, what do you want? Your response should be freedom. He said, now what do you girls want? And we said freedom in our own childish voice. He said, now say it loud, children. We said freedom. He said, now when do you all want it? And we looked at each other not knowing how to respond to that question. He said, now children, when I ask you when do you want it, your response should be what?
Now.
He said, say it loud.
Now.
That was our first acquaintance with the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. A day and a time in my life as an 8-year-old girl that I'll never forget. And even after that particular day, Dr. King said to us before that meeting would start, he said, I want to see you girls before I leave. And we couldn't wait to see Dr. King again. We ran out of the church. As a matter of fact, we were in and out of that church waiting for him. It was just like Santa Claus had come to town. And we were waiting for this great man to finish his meeting. And after hours that they had met about coming to Selma to start a movement there, after they had finished that meeting on that particular day, as Dr. King was getting ready to leave, Dr. King asked us to walk him to the car. As a matter of fact, he picked me up. And when he picked me up, he said to me, he said, now, Shy, you're going to be my little smallest freedom fighter. I said, I'm not shy. My name is Cheyenne, but I'm not shy. He said, but Shy, you're going to be my smallest freedom fighter. And that pricked my conscience in a very special way. My life was changing without me really even knowing it. And Dr. King said, when I come back, I want to see you little girls at Browns Chapel Church. We couldn't wait to get home to tell our parents about this great man that we had met by the name of Dr. King. And when I was talking to my parents about, I met this man by the name of Dr. King, I saw the look on my dad's face as if he wasn't as excited as I was. And he said to me, you need to stay from around that mess. And you got to remember that back during those days, my parents were working in the factories trying to make a living for their 8 children, to clothe and feed them. And it was risky for them to even be seen in the midst of that struggle. Memories that I'll never forget. The Reverend Hosea Williams, all of these people, Reverend James Reeves, they lived in my home. My parents opened up their doors even though they were afraid. They fed them. My life as a child. And when they came up to comfort me, I still wanted to get back out to Browns Chapel Church where others had been beaten, but they were really guarding me. And I had begun to write my funeral arrangements because that song, Old Freedom, over me, that's when I really understood what that song was about. The picture of that day, Bloody Sunday, has never left my mind. Selma, Lord Selma. So today, as we are really living in a critical times and challenging times, yes, we have made progress socially, economically, politically, but we still have a long way to go. There's much more work to be done. And I give all praises to God, first and foremost, for my parents, for birthing me, and then for myself, for God giving me a vision to be that humanitarian like Miss Elizabeth Bailey, and what she is instilling into her children, Joseph, Mel, and Sherry, and passing that torch because the legacy must continue on. And it is important that we come together in unity and in service through business. This organization, BASH, belief into actions that really prevents service and humanity. This is something that we must be about. And it's not about age, because I was 8 years old when my conscience was pricked, because it was people like Elizabeth and other unsung heroes. You don't have to have a title. You just have to know the difference. And what's important is that you know that God has a way of using ordinary people to do great things. And there's someone, somewhere, who can contribute to this world and make a difference. And greatness begins right now. And it's so important that we know that it begins with us. To give this partnership, this platform in which Elizabeth Bailey has created, for people to partnership, for people to develop relationship, to network, to plan. It's settings like this that we used to have back in the day. That we can come into each other's homes without knowing each other, without being afraid, and service each other. This is what we got to continue to teach and mentor to our young people. There's a quote that will always stick with me that Dr. King said in one of his speeches. He said, everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You only need a heart full of grace with a soul that's generated by love. I have taken that quote and it has led me to be the person that I am today and the person that I will be until my demise. My ministry is what Elizabeth Bailey is. I'm a humanitarian. Doesn't matter to me what people may call me. I don't consider myself a celebrity. I consider myself special. And nobody validates me but me and God. Nobody but me and God. And I'm validated through what I do and the things that I do to change lives. And that's something that money cannot buy. So I leave you today with these words. We must continue to do the work that must be done and supporting our communities and coming together in unity and service through business. This is business, entertainment with a purpose. And there are many ways that we can come together for a good purpose with substance. And I love the feeling here because it reminds me over and over again about where we got to go back to get to where we need to be. So as I close, let me tell you, we must be strong as we matriculate in our endeavors to make a difference. We must keep the faith because nothing good comes easy. We must have a strong sense of determination, a great sense of hope, because I don't believe God has brought us this far to leave us. That's why I don't feel no ways tired. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. But I just don't believe that God has brought us this far to leave us. But we must do what we can while we can. And we must learn how to support each other.